If God is making you wait, there's always a purpose. There's always a reason. You see, when God makes you wait, he's giving you the opportunity to build or to strengthen your faith. I've said this before, a faith that is tested is a faith that can be trusted. Too many times we have this easy Christianity where we come in, we sit at church, we do our duty, we go through life, and there's not necessarily too many times where we have to put our faith to the test. But a faith that is tested, and the storms and the trials and the circumstances come in life, when a faith is tested, it can be trusted. And the whole book of Ruth is all about a faith that is being tested. I would venture to say that God makes us wait because he wants to develop our character or to transform our character. Waiting is not something that we are good at. In our waiting, we will have to concede that either it's going to be our way or God's way. It's either going to be your will or God's will. You're either going to trust God enough by waiting, or you're going to intervene and force your will in the scenario. I have learned that if you are maneuvering or manipulating the Holy Spirit in any way to act on your behalf, you are not fully trusting. And that can get difficult because there are times where we feel like we know the right answers. We feel like we know how to make this work, so we help God along. We maneuver, we manipulate, we try to make it our way, and God's saying, hold up, wait. One of my favorite verses is Psalms 27, verse 14 says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, I will give you strength, wait, I say on the Lord. But in this passage, what we find is that in the waiting, we can have real rest. I was reading this week a couple quotes. Billy Graham said, Christ didn't say, I will give you rest from sorrow. He said, I will give you rest in sorrow. He didn't promise insurance from trouble, but assurance in the midst of trouble.